the Honorable Rector of UHN Igusti Bagus Sugro Denpasar, Professor Dr. Igusti Ngurah Sudiana, MSc, the Honorable Head of English Department, Dr. Sila Himansyadi, SPD, SID, MPD, the Honorable Department Secretary, Iputu Andre Suhardiana, SPD, MPD, the distinguished Lecturer of Speaking, Igusti Ngurah Wijayo Mahardika, MPD, and my beloved friend, Om Swastiastu. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the time given to me. And I would also like express my deepest gratitude the Almighty God, the Sang Yang Widiwasa, for we are here because of His grace and protection. Ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to talk about dangers of drug abuse for students. Everyone, do you know how many people die from drug abuse? The people die from drug abuse can be reached 18,000 every year. That means that every day around 50 people die from drug abuse. This death rate is high because there is still many people lack knowledge about the drug abuse. Dangerous are any chemical substance which is, if consumed, will have an impact on a person's psychology and physiology. Inhalation, injection, smoking, ingestion, absorption via skin patch, suppositories, or dissolving under the tongue are some of ways of taking the drug. In pharmacology, a drug is a chemical substance whose structure is usually known, which, when administered to a living organism, products a biological effect. Discoveries which are produced from organic synthetic materials. Drugs, as we all know, are drugs that are used by drinking, smoking, injecting. These drugs are items that are illegal in this country. In this country, there are many students who abuse drugs. They consume drugs for several reasons, such as for fun. For this reason, drug dealers make students as one of the targets of drug trafficking. This reason is very logical where drug dealers know that students lack knowledge about drug and are easily provoked. So they offer it to students. Not only that, there are several students who are both users and dealers of drugs because they get a lot of money from the circulation of this drug. They use it to calm their mental agitated state. Another reason is because they experience economic constraint that require the them to earn money. And the third way to get a lot of money is by selling drugs. Unfortunately, students don't realize that drug consumption has a negative impact on their physical and mental health, such as starting to experience mental disorder, lowering their IQ, developing fatal illness, and premature death. When a person completely succumbs to the temptation of drug, it will be very difficult for him to recover from their effect extent. In a rehabilitation center for drug addicts, where they gain a new life, but it costs a lot. In fact, there are many cases in which even a rehabilitation center failed due to poor condition of the finding. There is a point that encourages students to use drugs, namely there are still several countries that legalize the use of marijuana used in this country. Reporting from CNN Indonesia, there are 9 countries that legalize their citizens using marijuana. The 9 countries is Canada, Italy, Argentina, Australia, Mexico, Uruguay, South Africa, the Netherlands, and the last one is Germany. There are many factors that affect the legalization of drugs. I don't know for sure the reason the countries above legalized drugs, but I think by legalizing this drug can be triggered a big cause of drug abuse in some of these countries. This also has an impact on countries that have illegalized drugs. The biggest impact is flat-fat citizens of countries can imitate the country and justify any means to be able to buy drug in that country. Quote from the official BNN website: there are some tips to avoid drugs. Number one is never to try to use narcotics. Experts on their basic or medical or doctor consideration. Number second one is knowing the various kinds of adverse effects of drugs. Number third one is choose a good association and stay away from drugs. And then the number fourth one is having positive activities. Exercising or participating in organization activities that have a positive influence on us. And the fourth one is always remind that a threat of punishment of drug abuse. And the last one is if you have problem, look for good solution and don't use drug as unstrict. The rehabilitation process will be carried out in total so that users do not return using this drug. In general, there are 4 steps taken solution to overcome drug addiction, and among them are number one is inspection. Examination are carried out in not only doctors but also by therapists. The examination aims to determine the extent of addiction, experience, and any side effect that arise. Number second one is detoxification. Overcoming addiction must go through several stages, and one of most difficult is detoxification. Here, the user must 100% stop using this dangerous drugs. The reaction that will lead are quite treacherous, ranging from nausea to body aches. And the third one is stabilization. After the detoxification process has been successfully faced, a doctor will apply stabilization step. This stage aims help to long-term discovery by providing a doctor prescription. And then number four is activity management. If you were out of rehab, addict to have recover will return to normal life. It is necessary to approach the close people as family, friends, girlfriends, boyfriend, and etc. to monitor the activities for primary users. Without full support from people around, success in overcoming drug addiction will not be smooth. Ladies and gentlemen, it is no small matter. It is not simple matter. It is a big problem, and it will only get bigger unless we do something about it. Drug is kill. We have more than enough advance to support this fact. Therefore, we must care for mentally by staying away from drugs. There are sayings stay with contact and approach me. Let's embrace each other together and remain your friends. If there is a problem, find a solution and stay away from drugs. Remember, friends, say no to drugs. Thank you for your attention and remember, share knowledge. Om Santi Santi Santi.